prom season is officially here, and while your kids are picking out the perfect dress, the suit, and the date, moms and dads should be ready to give some very important advice. And here with some prom tips for parents, Erica Katz. She's the author of Bonding Over Beauty. Good morning, my beauty.
Good morning.
It's so
Nice
good
to
to have
see
you
you.
here, Erica. Always good to see you, and such good advice. I mean, this time of year, we drive by and you see all those, the schools love to put those banged up cars on the front lawn
yes.
with a warning at the prom, and then we drive by them as parents and we clutch the pearls, and the kids are like, oh yeah, that's never going to happen to me. But as parents, that's what we all worry about this time, this time of year.
Well, prom is a difficult time because you want your kids to have fun. Remember, they're almost 18 years old and they're going to go to college in 3 months. You have to give them some freedom, but at the same time, you want to make sure that they really have some good tips so that they don't get in any kind of trouble. So one of the first things I tell parents is get the phone numbers of at least 5 of their friends just in case of emergency. You can't be calling them all night,
right?
But just so you have them.
Just so you have them.
Right. And then you also want to make sure that you know your kids' itinerary. What are they going to do after the prom? Where are they going to go? And what time are they going to come home? Those are really important things to know.
Yes.
And you have to remind your kids everybody has a camera. So you want to make sure that whatever you do on prom night doesn't end up on the internet the next day and cause you embarrassment.
That is great advice, and so many people don't think about that. I mean, people are getting caught on cell phone videos everywhere. That's an excellent point, because we're gonna, even if you don't tell me what you did, I'm gonna find out because your friends are gonna post it on Facebook, right?
Well, yeah, and also remember, these kids are going to college in the fall, and just because you have that great college acceptance letter doesn't mean that you're going to go to that college. If you get arrested or you get expelled from school, those colleges can say, we don't want you. So you really want to make sure that you have a great time on prom night, but you don't do anything that you don't normally do in your everyday life.
Which you hope includes drinking. Now, of course,
Yes.
that's a very tempting night. Somebody's going to come there with a bottle or something in their bag or in the car. How do you talk to your kids and tell them that that's not what this night, it doesn't have to be about that? How do you enjoy yourself without, giving into that peer pressure and taking a sip of something they shouldn't have?
Well, it's an interesting question, because a lot of times you talk to your kids and you talk to them about drinking and about drugs, and they're kind of like, yeah. But what I tell parents is, when your child goes somewhere after the prom, and if it's private, like a hotel or somebody's house, if there's drugs or alcohol there, you need to be very careful, because if the police come, they could arrest everybody, even if you're not doing anything. So I think that's the most important thing that you can tell your kids. And also, you don't want to be that kid who's throwing up in the street.
Ooh.
I mean, that's just gross.
It is.
So you're wearing this gorgeous prom dress or your tuxedo, you look great. You don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
So I think that's another really important thing to tell them.
Yeah, I think they tend to forget, hey, I didn't have it. It wasn't mine. It belonged to so-and-so. But I always tell my son, if you're not in the picture, you can't be framed. So stay away from the kids who are doing the things you don't want to do,
Yeah, exactly. And so there's a lot of things to think about on prom night, but really it's a night to have a great time. It's the last time that the class is all together, and it's about friends. And if you don't have a boyfriend or you don't have a girlfriend, go with your friends. You can have just as great a time. And the most important thing to remember is prom night is not the night of all nights. If it's not perfect, my prom night was certainly far from perfect.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. You'll have more great nights. So you really want to have a great time.
Yeah, and a safe time.
And a safe time, and stay away from the drinking, and stay away from these things. A lot of times kids will try things they've never done before, and this is not the night to do it.
Not the night, exactly. All right, listen, Erica Katz, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Great advice, and we'll see you back here next time.
Thank you.